Karna into losers at that event, and then Karna beat Grayson through losers.
Right.
Later in the bracket. And the set count history is actually heavily slated in Grayson's favor. Karna had so much trouble dealing with Rob in the past. But we might even not get to that point, because we might see Xillion just make that rematch happen, right?
Yeah, this is a rematch from earlier in the tournament.
It is.
Which is where I was getting hung up on. But we saw these two play earlier. We saw that it was Xillion who came out on top. But now we're going to have to see him run it back again in another best of 3. Right off the bat, I mean, again, these two are certainly in a mode where they want to press buttons. They want to be playing the game.
Ooh, just barely was able to avoid that dash attack rolling out the way. And the even can get at the start of this game.
Ooh, but that overcommit from Grayson might find him dead.
Oh.
Now, Xillion wanted a stylish combo with the gyro at his shield, but yeah, missed his input right there, and Grayson's going to end up being the one to capitalize.
Ended up just dropping the gyro on the platform. That's, you know, sometimes simple can be your best friend. Thoron, hey, simple can be your best friend. We've seen it time and time again. He drops the fire, sends the Thoron out, and that covers a lot.
And whether or not he hits is not his concern. He knows that that is the sequence and timing of inputs that he wants in that situation. And already back to even, but Grayson doesn't want to keep it that way. He's got the Robin off stage, and that can be a struggle.
And the little timing mix up there from Xillion on the recovery to avoid the down air from Grayson has been nice.
Ooh, we're going to do it again. Resets the gyro. Grayson, he's able to pick up the spot despite Xillion catching that gyro. He saw that coming.
And we've seen that more than once now, Grayson getting that same punish where he knows Xillion is going to try to pick up the gyro with an aerial, so he stays just out of range of it and comes in with a punish. Ooh, but now we're going to see Xillion trying to answer back pretty quick. He's got those 11 sword aerial damage.
Oh, nice. Xillion flickered that shield to bait Grayson into holding his. Got the grab afterwards, and that mix-up is something that we've seen a lot from Xillion to have a success, is just mixing up timing. But right now, Grayson is just running on such a fast tempo that there's not a lot of room for it.
Tosses the gyro up because it's going to take a long time to come back down.
Robin's got a decent item toss that goes hand in hand with the books and 11 swords coming out of his hands.
Ooh, that's a pressure situation. Just gets the jab. The gentleman jab with fire is going to even up the stock count. 57% on Xillion. But he can even that up.
Did you also catch Xillion whipping in between stocks?
Yeah,
he had no thunder. Just kept on whipping. Right now hitting the Nene with these arc fires, continuing to rack up damage. And we're right back to an even game, which did not seem like it would be possible after that second stock.
I just want to know which one of these players is going to hit the whoa. Who's going to bring that wow factor to take this game?
We've seen it from both of these guys, man. I'd have to watch the whole set to tell you that.
Got the back air converting off of the fire, gets some good damage, and again we're at the ledge, and that roll is caught clean by the fire. Up smash comes through to seal it out, and again these big bodies really struggle against that arc fire.
Rob in particular, because not only is he tall, he's also wide. And that means that shield is going to make it a little bit difficult for him to get out of the range of the arc fire. And you're asking who's going to bring the woe. Xillion brought a woe out of me with the end of that game. We got to see him, man, just continue that trend. And especially as much as he was getting overwhelmed by the Rob, he might not hate the Town and City pick right now if he gets this extra room to run away. He's just got to be careful of what happens once he does go near the ledge.
And remember, the last set that they played, Grayson won the first game. Xillion ran it back to Pokemon Stadium 2, and then this was Grayson's counter pick in the game 3 that Xillion was still barely able to eke out.
But looking like it might be a different story this time. Just as Xillion has gotten this game 1, he's looking to get the second one all the same. But again, this is Grayson's counter pick, and we consistently see him have tons of success on Town and City.
It is a very good stage for Rob, being able to get these early kills on the side.
Nice. Gyro is shot at just a point where Xillion has to stand in that corner. He can't advance on it, can't shoot the thunder he was charging because Gyro eats that. Nice roll in to get the stage too. What a great reaction from Grayson.
And triple down tilt, so then he backs up and sets up the gyro pressure at the ledge. Wow, this pressure.
I can't believe how consistently Xillion's been able to make these recoveries.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. And the thunder to catch the distance. Oh yeah, no,
he ran out of wind. Wow. And he was so close too.
Yeah, that is tragic.
But nonetheless, Xillion's going to have to carry on, and he's going to continue to use that platform as a springboard to get these stocks. And while we're back to even, you got to imagine maybe Xillion has the lead if he hadn't run out of wind.
Yeah, but right now, sitting with a little bit of a 20% deficit and looking to build that is Grayson.
Nice using that Nair to catch the Levin Sword. Give himself a little bit of an extra pressure ability, and this time immediately coming off to catch the gyro out of his hands. That definitely goes to show that Xillion has been paying attention to how Grayson has been setting up these ledge traps.
Clipping with the fire just a little bit above, and that counter pick almost came to bite him with those close side blast zones off of the bear.
And what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it?
You see that drip, and you just got to respect it, Karen. You got to respect the drip.
You got to respect the drip. Xillion's got plenty of it, man. He is stylish as can be when it comes to edge guards. And now, man, just going to continue to pick up damage for extra credit.
That back air coming through, going to apply more damage, continuing to leave the Rob in an unsavory situation.
Ooh, caught that gyro just to bring it back to Xillion, put on some hurt. But what a mash from Xillion to get away from the stock, but only... No, he's still going to be living. Wow.
And look at the drift. He barely got clipped by that. It looked like he was able to escape at first, but after committing to that wind recovery, just barely had to fly back into the arm rotor. So Grayson has brought this down to the last stock.
Man, and everything is coming up Grayson right now coming into this last stock. Xillion may have tons of resources left, but right now Grayson's still holding control of the stage, still holding advantage. Now he's got the percent lead, and he wants the Tokyo Drift.
Oh.
Not quite going to take the stock because of those high blast zones, but we're getting so close. Oh my gosh!
Bounces him back off the gyro. We talked about how incredible that setup is so often when you are between the Rob and the gyro. You are definitely put on notice.
What a way to put that game to bed. Just when you thought that Xillion had the 2-0 lockdown, Grayson is able to find his way back into the game with just a stampede of a final stock.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Just a stampede of a final stock.
You would have thought that with the way that he was stomping across the battlefield that he had feet. But
of course, as we know, Rob has no feet.
Rob has no feet.
Rob has no feet.
There's no way he could be stomping across the battlefield like that.
It's just impossible.
That's kind of ridiculous.
But yet he did it.
Instead, he was cruising his way into this third game.
On to Xillion's counter pick, where we saw him have a lot of success against the Rob in the winner's final set. Now this is going to be that counter pick that he wants to have. But, man, we got to see if this is something Grayson can overcome. Not that bad of a stage for Rob.
That Arcfire conversion was really nice, coming off the top platform, too. Okay, but that empty lane into the grab as well. Grayson is answering back with some damage.
Ooh, Arcfire getting caught on that gyro. Grayson very lucky to escape out of that situation where Xillion wanted that to go all the way to the Rob. Oh, and he's out of fire.
That would have been such a sick edge guard, though.
We've seen him do that a couple of times, and I've seen him even experiment with trying to get a downer after setting up the Arcfire on the ledge like that, and that could have been an explosive way to take a lead.
Oh, trying to catch the up smash, but instead wasn't quite fast enough. Trading beams.
This is literally Dragon Ball.
That's kind of insane. He's picking up the gyro, though, tossing it up, getting it out of the way, and doesn't have any thunder. Oh my goodness, his resources are consistently being a problem for Xillion in this third game.
Coming up with the downer, both to catch the gyro and to hit Grayson, and now finally setting up for the stock.
Tumbling into the background of the stage. He bounced it back, but he bounced it back too far.
Too much damage. You saw the mash there from Grayson. Grayson got out of that Nosferatu so quickly. Xillion did not get any healing from it.
I think it's because he bounced into the gyro as well.
Oh, you know what? You might be right.
Yeah. That gyro activating again, quickly making it hard for Xillion to recover. Weaves between the gyro and the stage.
And he's able to come in under the arm rotor as well. Xillion somehow still able to hold on to the stock. That would have been like a good 30% of healing, by the way.
Trying to get a fat Nos. Doesn't quite find. Still sitting at 170%. That neutral air sending him high up. He's got to land.
I can't believe that he's still holding on to the stock. That roll in from Grayson, though, is going to allow him an up throw, which will be able to kill even though he misses the platform.
Yeah, I don't even know if it... He did not need the platform at all.
Oh, well, as it turns out, he did.
But
good safety net to have, though. Now we see Grayson, you know, he's actually not down all that much considering how long Xillion was able to hold on to that stock. But just as I say that, Xillion's able to come right back into it to build up a ton of damage, and now even more. We can see him chase Grayson.
Straight up with that Elwin jab. Going to be forward throw to reset this ledge pressure. Gyro's off the table.
Oh, nice recovery. He knew that Arcfire was coming. He didn't want to give it a chance to detonate.
Right, and he hops right over it. And this is a big trap from Grayson. And his gyro play is nice.
this item play, I was about to say, it is the cleanest I've seen all day.
I love the way that Xillion chooses to retreat, though, to these platforms and putting himself in awkward situations where it's hard for Grayson to actually punish him going for these charges.
Both of these players are finding really smart times to disengage. I mean, you're right, Xillion too, but I was thinking definitely Grayson has found a lot of times where he goes, all right, my advantage state is over and I can't push this any further, so I'm just going to head back and give him the stage that he has. But the movement from both of these players and faking cross-ups has been one of the big reasons they've gotten out scot-free in a lot of these situations.
He's got no fire book, so now a little bit less of a... Oh my god! You thought that it was a little bit less of a challenging edge trap for Grayson to get past, but he had that Arc Thunder charged up. Again, that puts the mix-up on, and Xillion was ready for the roll.
That down smash has the lingering hitbox.
It covers so many choices. Really good match to get away from that down throw.
It almost seems like Xillion's been saving that mash for when it matters most.
Got to save some of that stamina.
Yeah.
The Thoron put on so much damage point blank using that B-reverse technology.
My gosh, he's out of that Levin Sword, but that's really smart by Xillion to shield, keep it in the corner to make sure the Levin Sword can cover that advance.
Trying to get to the other side of the gyro to drop that fire, but he didn't quite find it. Oh, that pressure. Picking up that gyro actually made that so much less of a threatening pressure situation for Xillion. And Xillion, now he's still up a full stock. Percents are even, but Grayson is potentially sitting on the last stock that he's got in this tournament.
Ooh, but this could be Xillion losing 1-2, and it is, as that arm rotor is so active that Grayson sends it to the last stock, and we saw him get a stampede at the end of that game too. Can he get another one? Because Xillion doesn't have that Levin Sword yet. It only just now comes in. So a second lease on life for the Rob.
Trying to get a little baby thunder to come off that fire, but he doesn't quite find it in time. Fire. Now he's out of the fire. He's got the full thunder.
If he gets trapped on that ledge again, Xillion can throw out the arc fire and the and the Thoron rather, and that's like we're looking at it happening, but he's out of fire. That could have been the game for him.
But the Thoron does come through and punish the gyro toss, and he does take that game. Xillion earns the right for his comeback, earns his rematch against Karna.
Damn. That was so strongly played from Xillion in that last stock, really making sure that he took as few hits as possible while he was charging up that Thoron. And like you were saying, man, it just takes that one tiny little punish, even a safe move, like the gyro toss. When you've got a projectile of your own, you can punish the Rob for doing something like that. And that punches Xillion's ticket into Grand Finals to get that rematch like you were talking about against Karna.